may have your heart set on Mililani, but maybe you're debating between Mililani and Ewa Beach, right? They're two great areas from what you've seen online or the videos that you've seen, or even maybe if you were here and you got to drive around those areas, right? And you're like, maybe I want to live in Mililani, maybe I want to live in Ewa Beach. In this video, we're going to describe what it's like to live in both areas. I have lived in both areas with my family, so we're going to go over Mililani and Ewa Beach, the pros and cons, Mililani versus Ewa Beach, and we're going to get after it right now. What's going on, guys? It's Ryan Strong back at you with another video on the Living in Hawaii channel. If you are new to this channel is all about living in Hawaii, everything Hawaii has to offer, the up, down, left, right, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything that you need to know, especially if you are making that move out here to Hawaii. So go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and that notification bell so you get notified every time that I upload a new video on this channel. And honestly, I get so many people reaching out, calling, texting, emailing, scheduling their own Zooms down in the description below. I've had people reach out Facebook Messenger, Instagram DMs, however you want to get a hold of me. I absolutely love it, and you can get a hold of me because I got your back when moving to Hawaii. We're going to talk about Ewa Beach and Mililani, and as we have done on this channel, if you haven't seen those, you can go check those out afterwards. I'll put them up on the end screen, so after this video finishes, they're just going to pop up for you, and you can just click them on your device or on your TV, and then you can go watch either the vlog tours or the pros and cons videos that we have done on both Ewa Beach and Mililani. We have toured the neighborhoods, the communities, so you can see everything that's going on in both of these areas. Now, let's talk about some of the differences between Ewa Beach and Mililani. And as I said, I have lived in both of these areas so that I can really speak to this. My family actually lives in Ewa Beach and my wife's family lives in Mililani. So definitely can tell you, compare and contrast about the living styles. So starting with, let's talk about the weather. And yes, we are on an island and it is small, but there is a difference in the weather between the two areas. And one of the main reasons being is that Mililani is really more central located on the islands. And when you're driving to Mililani, there's going to be an actual drive up, right? And you're going to go over about 600 feet of elevation, maybe even a little higher, depending on the area. But Mililani is going to take you up into a more mountainous and green region. So when you're in Mililani, especially during the fall and winter, amazing weather over there. Amazing weather all over the island all the time, but there is differences, right? So with that elevation and being in the mountainous areas, you're going to get a lot of cool breezes. It's going to seem a little bit cooler up in the Mililani area where you don't necessarily have to run your AC all the time. Especially during the fall and the winter months, which we're heading into here now. So let's contrast that with Ewa Beach. Ewa Beach is a plain, right? Actually, it's called the Ewa Plain, which consists of Ewa, Kapolei, and then heading up onto the west side before you hit the Waianae Mountains, right? So Ewa Beach is a plain. It is hot. A lot of times, if you talk to any local, they'll tell you, "Oh, Ewa's so hot." It's hot like bad. It's because it's a plain. Ewa used to be a lot of sugarcane plantation out here, so you can even see it in the vlog tour that I did, where the grass is essentially dead behind me because it's almost like you can't water it enough, right, to survive. So Ewa gets really, really hot. It's flat. We are not in the mountains. We are basically close to sea level. So that's one of the other things, though, which we're going to get into next with ocean proximity. But that is the weather differences. Ewa gets hot. Now, in the wintertime in Ewa Beach, you, again, probably won't need your AC near as much. The weather gets a lot cooler. It's a really low 80s, mid 70s. And then, late into the night, early into the morning, gets really, really cool. I know for a fact, checking my temperature, because I get up typically 3:45, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm an early bird. The weather I've seen 58 degrees type of weather around those times heading to the gym, right? And I've got my lightweight hoodies and sweatpants on. So those two things do play a factor if you want to be in sort of a cooler environment. Maybe Mililani may be your style, but Ewa Beach, again, we're on an island. It's not that far away, but there is a difference between the weather. So that's something to consider. Now let's talk about location, and I kind of just hinted to this a little bit about where they're located out on the island, but let's talk about how this may play a factor for you in deciding between either Mililani or Ewa Beach. So we talked about Mililani being centrally located and up in the mountains. This means that you're not necessarily going to be next to the beach, okay? You're going to have more than likely around a 20-minute drive, depending on which direction you go, whether you decide to head up to North Shore or you want to head south and then maybe over to the Ewa Kapolei side for the beach, or if you decide to head east towards Waikiki or even the east side, right, Kailua and those things. So you're not necessarily going to be near a beach, and you're going to have a drive on your hands when it comes to getting to the beach. There's not going to be easy access to it. There are no beaches in Mililani because it's in the mountains. It's centrally located. So a lot of green though, beautiful area, lots of green. A lot of people say that it really reminds them of maybe the only place on the island that gives them the mainland suburb feel, but it's debatable. So talking about Ewa Beach, proximity to beaches and access to beaches, I can literally be at the beach in 5-minute walk. And I walk that almost actually every night with my, every night I walk that with my dogs, right? I can be at the beach within 5 minutes, walking distance, it's no problem. So that's where I live. And this is dependent on where you live in Ewa Beach, right? If you live at the front of Ewa Beach, obviously you're not going to be as close. You're closer to the freeway and these types of things. But if you live towards the back, then Haubush, Oneula are right around Ewa Beach. Ewa Beach Park is right around the corner. Even if you wanted to head to White Plains for some surfing, Haubush has decent surfing too. Some nice rollers in the summer. But even if you wanted to head to White Plains over in Kapolei, 10-minute drive, right? So, and there's an MWR over there too. But that's the proximity that you get when you decide to live in Ewa Beach, right? It's really not that far away, no matter, you know, whichever beach park you decide to go to. And like I said, I'm within walking distance. So really, really close to the beach. Mililani, not so much, if that's something that plays a factor in deciding where you want to live on Oahu. Let's dive into some of the shopping and amenities that each of these communities offer. So Mililani has a UFC gym. Mililani has a 24-hour fitness. If you're a fitness addict like myself, and I go 6 days a week, and I also run several days a week too, they have 2 gym locations over there that are easily able to access. They have 2 different main shopping areas, which I go to both of those in the vlog tour. One of which has like a Ross, a Food Land, the 24-hour fitness gym over there. There's a supplement shop. And then there's another side that has banks. It has our veterinarian. So that's one of the shopping areas. And then if you go to Mililani Town Center, that's where UFC gym is. There's a Walmart in that area. There's a movie theater. There's a lot of local restaurants, nice little local spots. So those are some of the amenities. There is not necessarily a Target or a Costco in Mililani, but if you decide to head down south for about 10 minutes, you can be at a Costco in an area called Waipio, which is located in Waipahu. But Waipio has a Costco, literally a 10-minute drive from Mililani to get there. So if that's one of your main concerns. But for grocery shopping, again, you got Foodland over there. There's a Safeway over there if you're on the Mauka side. And there's another another shopping center. And there's also a Sakura, which is a hibachi style Japanese restaurant. So that's over there too. Now, comparing that to Ewa Beach, all right, in Ewa Beach, we don't really have much. But take that into consideration that Kapolei is literally right next door. So Ewa Beach, we do have one of the main shopping centers back in the Ocean Point community, being a pretty large one, and I'm there in the vlog tour as well, where we have a Safeway, there's a GNC, there's local Pearl's Korean barbecue, there's banks, there's your Verizon, your AT&T, all that stuff is over there, right next to a home community called Laulani Tides, and then literally the middle school not too far away either. That's one of the main shopping centers back in Ocean Point. There's another one up a little bit of a couple streets up in the older area where there's townhomes and stuff, but it's gonna have your Foodland. I believe there used to be a Genki Sushi over there. There's gas stations. So we do not have necessarily Costco or any big box stores in Ewa Beach. Ewa Beach has high school. It's a really like a home town community, right? We have to go to Kapolei for all that. Now again, 10-minute drive, same thing. Mililani doesn't have a Costco. We don't either. I have to go to Costco in Kapolei, which is again 10-minute drive. Gym, 24-hour fitness, right there in Kapolei. So those are the things that you got to consider if that's something for you. It literally takes me 10 minutes max. It's probably most likely 5 minutes for me to get to the gym every morning. So not that bad. And again, family in both communities too, heading into our next topic being family friendly. Both communities, you're gonna find a lot of people out, kids out, walking their dogs, families walking their dogs, pushing strollers, going on runs. These are both very family friendly, heavy communities. It's great to be in, and it's great to see. I love, for me personally, I love being in an area where people are outdoors and are actively outdoors doing things. I just love seeing it. It's almost like an outside motivational factor. Like, dang, I need to get out, right? I need to get out and I need to go running. I need to take my kids to the park. I need to go let them interact with other kids, right? So it's a huge thing for me, and maybe it is for you, as far as people being outdoors and outdoorsy community, people being active in their community. So something that I appreciate about both of them, that they both offer. If you're moving here with a family, then obviously schools is going to be one of the things that plays a factor in where you decide to live between these two communities, because these are the two that we're talking about right now. Schools, you have to do your own due diligence and you have to do your own research. I love to use niche.com and greatschools.org. Okay, as a real estate agent, I really highly advise that you do your due diligence on these. Now again, take every review with a grain of salt, right? Understand that there's a lot of great experiences, but people love to talk about bad experiences for some reason, and not everybody likes to really project their great experiences for some reason. So take those with a grain of salt. Now, as a parent, right? As a parent, and from what I've heard, and my wife was born and raised in Mililani. I didn't go to school in either of these areas. I actually went to high school at Radford. I went to Aliamanu Intermediate, and then Radford High School. And that's not in either of these areas. Mililani is known to be one of the top public education schools on the island. Known to be. Again, do your due diligence on that. And so again, just research and see what's going on. Ewa Beach has a lot of up and coming schools as well, newer schools. Ewa Mackay Middle is one of the newer schools right across from the area that we talked about, the shopping center with Safeway and stuff like that. There's also building and Ewa Beach, Kapolei East? I believe it's called Kapolei East. I have to do my homework on that. They're building a new school over near the Croc Center, which is kind of like on the border where Kapolei is. So they're building a new middle school over there, because Ewa Beach and Kapolei are, again, two of the hottest communities. But do your own research on those schools. Again, niche.com or greatschools.org to really do some homework. And then on our call, we can talk more about those. Talking about the homes, right? We got to talk about real estate and the home styles. Okay, so Mililani, there's not a lot of new communities, if any at all, in Mililani. Mililani has a lot of older style homes. Mauka's side is really nice. Both sides are nice, but Mauka's side has the newer, larger homes, and the average single family home price in Mililani has absolutely skyrocketed. You can expect to be spending around $900,000 and up to purchase a single family home in Mililani. Again, the homes are a little bit more dated, but some of them do have some really nice renovations. Some of them may need a little bit of your love and attention. Versus Ewa Beach. Ewa Beach is a lot more expanded, right? And so there's several different areas that break down Ewa Beach. And at the front of Ewa Beach, you got Westlock, and then when you come a little bit further back, you got the plantation style homes near where my son goes to elementary school, right? We're talking about schools. My son goes to Ewa Elementary, but we were talking about the plantation style homes there. And then kind of when you cruise back a little bit more, you got like Ewa Gentry. A lot of those were built in like 06, 07. Right, and then as you come back a little bit more, you're going to start hitting some of the townhome communities like Spinnaker Townhomes and Fairways Edge Townhomes near the golf course. You're going to be into Ocean Point at this time, where you got a lot of the newer, more modern style homes. And then if you drive back further in Ewa Beach, closer to James Campbell High School, you're going to have more older style homes. And then you've obviously got your $1 million homes that are literally on Ewa Beach, right? So we have a great variety over here versus Mililani, where it's all essentially pretty dated. There is a newer community. It's not in either of these. Let me backtrack that statement. Ewa Beach has a newer community called Ho'opili. This wasn't the first community that I was going to talk about, but that's why I backtracked to it. There's an area called Ho'opili Homes, brand new homes in Ewa Beach. If you're looking to get a new home, that is not an easy process. You actually have to win the lottery, like, not kidding. You have to put your name in, and you have to win the lottery to be accepted to purchase a new home. So that's a whole different process. That's a whole other video we're not going to get into. But going back to what I was saying, there's another new area called Koa Ridge. Koa Ridge is actually in the Waipio area. Remember I mentioned Waipio earlier? Waipio is in Waipahu, but Waipio is literally like right below Mililani. You got Mililani, and then if you drive down, you got Waipio, right? That's where your Costco is. That's why we're talking about it. Koa Ridge is right there next to Costco. Brand new homes, same thing. You got to win the lottery. But those are some new homes near or in both of these areas. If you're talking about or thinking about buying a brand new home, you're gonna have to win the lottery. Talking about things to do. Okay, both of these, we talked about them being family friendly communities. Both have a ton of parks. If you watch the vlog tour for both of these, again, you're gonna see the parks and the areas. Take your family picnic. We talked about beach access already, so that would be something for Ewa Beach, not for Mililani. There's not a ton of like hiking or adventures in Mililani. Again, Mililani has your movie theaters, your shopping centers, but you've really got to venture out of Mililani to do most of your like outdoor activities, right? If you want to head up to North Shore, Haleiwa, literally 25-minute drive up north. The pineapple plantation is nearby, or you can head south or east to do your hiking or the beaches, right? In Ewa Beach, we talked about proximity to beach. Now, there's no hiking in Ewa Beach. Again, it's a flat plain, it's hot, but we have a lot of like parks, basketball courts. A lot of families got their kids out there playing sports. It's awesome to see. Same thing in Mililani sports, but there's not any hiking over here as far as outdoor adventures. We just got the beaches. So if you wanted to head do any hiking from Ewa Beach, you got to head up west, or you got to head east or north, right? So no hiking in either community, but Ewa Beach has a beach and Mililani does not. But they are very family friendly communities, which I love. The job market for both of these communities is very similar as well. We talked about them both having shopping centers. Mililani actually has a movie theater, but they're not really job heavy, employment heavy communities. So they're not going to be your business hubs such as Kapolei, which has a lot of job opportunities, or heading into town, which is Waikiki, for job opportunities in Honolulu. So they're not really big business hubs, and you're going to have to travel outside if you are looking for that job. But Ewa Beach, if you are medical, right? Ewa Beach does have Queens West Hospital right at the front. So if you are medical and you're a nurse, doctor, medical assistant, a tech, sonographer, whatever that might be, and you're looking for a position on the Ewa side, you can look into Queens West Medical Center. So whether or not you are deciding to live in either Ewa Beach or Mililani, you can get a hold of me, you can shoot me a text, you can send me a DM, you can send me an email, you can schedule your own Zooms down in the description below. However you want to get a hold of me, I got your back when moving to Hawaii. You can do that however you'd like. And again, if you really like this video, it would really help somebody else find this video if you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I upload a new video on this channel. I would greatly appreciate that. And I talked about those vlog tours so much in this video. Those vlog tours are actually going to start popping up for you to click right now.